Anyway, we have a new student starting today, so let's all put on a happy face for...
Hello, welcome to LTM Reviews, where I get you caught up on the oldest movies. And welcome back to Ralph Bakshi Month, where I give you to his... After Ralph Bakshi's first two movies being critical and financially successful, Bakshi wanted to do something big with his next movie. So the end result became Coonskin, which is today's Ralph Bakshi-a-thon review. So Coonskin, believe it or not, unlike the first two, where they were the first two movies, Heavy Traffic and Fritz, only had nothing but filler scenes and only focused way too much. Coonskin has a story, sort of. It's basically this. It's both live action and animation, kind of like Heavy Traffic. In the live action segments, you got this guy who's trying to get this guy out of prison. I forgot their name, but Scatman Crothers tells his son or pappy or her son or his cousin a story about three characters: Brother Rabbit, Brother Fox, and Brother Bear. Brother Bear. Catchy. Anyways, both the brothers make it their way to Harlem so they can defeat the Godfather and rule Harlem. They meet characters like Black Jesus, the Godfather, this hitman that's trying to find Brother Rabbit. So much going on, but at least this one has a story. You know what? Out of all the Ralph Bakshi characters I've seen, this one has to be one of my favorites. Now, before I talk about my thoughts, I do need to talk about the controversy surrounding the film. Back when the film was about to be released, there were a lot of smoke bombs in the theater for some strange reason, because of the exploitation of the film, because of all the stereotypes and its racial agreements and everything like that. Now, I kind of understand why many people wouldn't like this film because of the stereotypes and the racial sensitivity, but for me, I actually really think this is Ralph Bakshi's best work. And now that it's shown everywhere, I think it totally gets the appreciation that it deserves. Coonskin is more of a satire on the Uncle Remus stories, like mostly Song of the South. Song of the South, Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and Brer Bear. That's what this is, except in the city, and more swear words and dirty jokes, and, well, a lot more racial stereotypes. And technically, in my opinion, Fritz, he was sort of a meathead. Michael was pretty boring, but the best Ralph Bakshi characters have to be Brer Rabbit. He's probably one of the best main characters that Ralph Bakshi has ever created. He knows what he's doing. He's pretty cool. He knows he knows what his motivation is. He knows when to stand up for himself. He's just a really cool main character. And I do like how he takes care of Brother Bear and Preacher Fox. I forgot it's not Brother Fox, it's actually Preacher Fox. So, there's not really many crazy characters in here, except for one, and that's Preacher Fox. He's kind of goofy, but I still kind of enjoy him at the same time. Probably one of the funniest characters that Ralph Bakshi's ever done. And this was also the first Ralph Bakshi film to have big celebrities like Scatman Crothers and Barry White as the voice of Brer Bear. I also do like how they use the Song of the South reference in one of the movies, but it's actually parody, so I won't say what it is, but let's just say it is pretty freaking funny. The animation, the live action kind of bothers me a little bit. Now, the live action sets are fine. I think they totally work for its advantage. Kind of like it's trying to be like I said, it's trying to be like Song of the South, so it kind of works for its advantage, but and sometimes the animation looks okay with the characters and the animated backgrounds, but most of the time it's like if Ralph Bakshi took pictures of the live action segments and then just added characters without any motivation. And it's not like in Roger Rabbit or Space Jam where they immigrate naturally. You don't see them move around a lot. Now, there are times when they try to make live action characters talk to animated characters, but it just doesn't work. But other than that, I really enjoy the soundtrack. Ain't No Sunshine is a really great melody. The song in the beginning, which I'm not going to say the title of it because it's just going to cause a lot of controversy. So It's a really good, it's a pretty decent melody. Baby Needs a New Pair of Shoes is a great song for the fight scene that Brother Bear does. Yeah, it's a great scene. So overall, out of all the Bakshi films, Coonskin has to be one of my favorites. I can understand people not liking it because of the racial stuff, but for me, it's probably one of their bests. I give Coonskin a 9 out of 10. This is just a really awesome film. The fight scenes are great, the animation's great, the characters are great. The acting is great. I love the visuals, even if the live action and animation don't really work that well. And I do like its satire on Song of the South. Overall score, I do give it a 9 out of 10, like I said. And I might do another one sometime today if I have time. But other than that, this is just a really great film. I'd recommend checking it out. I think it's on iTunes, I think. You could get it. And I forgot to mention this, but if you're going to try to watch a Ralph Bakshi movie, they are really hard to find. I mean, you can watch them on YouTube for free, but the quality isn't that great, and some of their parts are sometimes missing. So, if you type in the names like Fritz the Cat or Heavy Traffic or Coonskin, they're kind of hard to find. They're easy to find on YouTube, but if you want it on DVD, it's kind of hard to find. For me, I kind of watched it on YouTube. So if you're gonna ever try to watch his films, I would either watch it on YouTube or try iTunes to see if they have it for about a few bucks. But other than that, this is LTM signing out, and I'll be right back.
I'm the one-man army, ain't sworn. I never been tooken out. I keep MCs looking out. I'll drop lines like Crosby dropping.
Mousetrap. Huh? I wanted to play Mousetrap. You roll your dice, you move your mice. Nobody gets hurt.